Good morning, I'm Blair McGarry, Executive Director of the Summit Chamber of Commerce.
And I'm Doug Berg, President of the Chamber Board. Welcome to the 2020 Centura Health COO Breakfast.
For many of you, this is a very familiar event being delivered in a very unfamiliar way. And for many others, it's a completely new experience. Whatever the case, I think you'll find it very helpful with up-to-date information from each of our ski area partners, and just plain fun.
When our planning committee began trying to determine the best way of bringing this event to life, in this time of COVID and Zoom meetings, three things were clear. Keep the meeting fun, turn up the stoke, and provide more interaction between the COOs. All of our COOs are major players in the ski industry, but they're truly wonderful people with great senses of humor. Preserving the behind-the-scenes local flavor was one of the main reasons behind our newest addition, the COO Roundtable, presented by Panorama Summit Orthopedics and hosted by Ralph Garrison, a longtime event favorite. The Roundtable is sure to be as entertaining as it is informative.
And if you haven't already, be sure to check out the auction available here on the same website that you are viewing this program. You'll find great packages from around Summit County, and all the money raised will go directly to helping the Chamber continue to deliver on our mission to support our local businesses and in turn, our entire community. From education and networking to providing resources and advocacy with local and state governments, we feel that a strong business community leads to more opportunity and better living for all those who live and work in Summit County.
Before we dive into the main event, there are some key sponsors I would like to recognize. Centura Health, our title sponsor. Panorama Summit Orthopedics. First Bank, Excel Energy. Summit Realtors, Skyrun Breckenridge, iFurnish. These businesses, along with so many others, have been instrumental in bringing this event to you today.
And now, I'd like to introduce you to Kathy Ritter. As Director of the Colorado Tourism Office since December 2015, she leads a $22 million initiative to maximize the potential of traveler spending in a state where the stakes for tourism success are high. At last count, Colorado tourism generated $22.4 billion in direct traveler spending, along with $1.37 billion in state and local taxes. She directs a national marketing campaign that ranks among the top 10% nationally for inspiring potential travelers to visit. And that is what we are hoping she can do here today. If you aren't already a local, we hope she will inspire you to come spend some time with us here in Summit County and enjoy our winter wonderland that we call home. And now, without further ado, I give you Kathy Ritter, Director of the Colorado Tourism Office.
Thank you, Blair, for that kind introduction, and good morning, everyone. Many thanks to the Summit Chamber for inviting me to join you today, and congrats to all of you for figuring out a way to make the COO Breakfast happen in these times. It is another great example of how people in our state, especially in the tourism industry, just keep figuring it out. I'm coming to you today, not from my usual kitchen counter where I've been spending a lot of time since March, but from the History Colorado Center in Denver. Colorado is where the ski industry as we know it today got its start. It is the signature industry of our state. When people think about Colorado, the first thing that usually comes to mind is our magnificent Rocky Mountains, and the next thing they think of is ski. Colorado is the 800-pound gorilla of ski. According to Longwoods International, we are the longtime top ski destination in the U.S. For the past several years, we've claimed about 1 of every 5 ski visits in our country. Colorado, hands down, is the premier ski destination in North America, if not the Western Hemisphere. And when it comes to Colorado, Summit County is the epicenter of ski. Summit County has the highest peaks, hence the name Summit County. It has the longest season. Keystone already has thrown down the challenge. November 6th is opening day. I have no doubt A Basin and Loveland already are checking their calendars. Summit County has the most resorts, especially if you include honorary member Loveland, and it has the most skiers of any single place in Colorado, and thus any place in the Western Hemisphere. My good friend Ralph Garrison tells me that historically, all the skiers in Summit County exceed the total number of skiers who came to either Vermont or Utah. Thus, in the pecking order of ski, after Colorado and California, comes the state of Summit County for total number of skiers. This is good news for Colorado and for Summit County. Of all the travelers to our state, a record 39 million in 2019, our ski visitors are the most valuable of all. In 2019, a Colorado ski trip involved 4.4 nights away from home. That was down slightly from 2018, but still well above the national average ski trip of 3.8 nights. That longer stay is part of the reason that our ski vacationers spend more per trip than any other category of traveler to our state. In 2019, ski travelers spent $1,259 per visitor, about 2.5 times the $516 spent by the average Colorado leisure traveler. And the economic benefit of those ski travelers accrues not just to the mountains, it ripples throughout Colorado, mainly because 7 of 10 overnight ski trips in Colorado originate from outside of our state. One example, 3 nice, fairly new hotels in Burlington, Colorado typically fill up every winter with skiers streaming across the Great Plains. Those travelers are the reason there's a ski rental shop in Lyman, Colorado. And there are more ski travelers in both Denver and in Colorado Springs every winter than in any Colorado ski town. People who love to ski love Colorado, and they build our reputation. In 2019, 84% of Colorado ski vacationers said they were very satisfied with their overall trip experience. That compares with an average satisfaction rate of 79% nationwide for ski trips. All of this is why our #1 goal in the Colorado Tourism Office this winter is to do everything within our power to keep our ski resorts open this winter. We are so fortunate in this state to have what people across the country are yearning for these days: open spaces, natural areas, freedom. This past summer, our mountain towns fared far better than anyone expected, while cities along our Front Range are reeling from massive losses of traveler spending. Many of our mountain communities turned in record summers. The whole definition of a drive market changed in our mountains. Destinations right here in Summit County saw travelers who'd driven all the way from places like Alabama this past summer. In many parts of our state, those summer vacationers are extending their travels into fall with the new workcation or education trip. For increasing numbers of people, it no longer matters where they pop up the lid of their laptop. Now heading our way is a winter like none we've ever seen before. Vail Resorts has innovated a brand new reservation system that will profoundly change the dynamic of ski. When that announcement hit the news, Vail saw a sudden surge of hotel bookings, most likely because that announcement signaled that Colorado Ski would be open. None of us knows exactly what this winter will bring, but we do know this: to preserve our winter economy, our goal must be to remove the risk factors, and those who figure it out the fastest will be the winners. From what we are hearing, the biggest risk to Colorado Ski this winter is not La Nina, it's not avalanche. The biggest threat to Colorado Ski is not tourists. We filled our summer resort towns this past summer and maintained one of the lowest infection rates in the U.S. It can be done. The concern is really zeroing in on a certain type of behavior and a certain age segment, the super spreader. That's at the heart of why Melanie Mills, head of Colorado Ski Country, has been calling for a winter code of conduct. We intend to work with our ski industry across the state to make certain we're sharing the right message. The latest public health data in our state shows that ever since July, the age segment with a steadily increasing infection rate is the 18 to 25-year-olds. Their infection rate took an especially sharp leap upward when colleges reopened. Now, let's be clear. Not every person that age is a super spreader, but all this evidence is fueling a belief that one of the best things we can do to protect ski this year is to encourage younger skiers to dial it down this winter and keep ski open. We're already considering the best ways of taking this message to a national audience of 18 to 25 or maybe 30-year-olds who are booking travel to Colorado. Yes, we can find them and target them. I've had the chance in recent months to sit in on many ski industry meetings in the governor's office. I can tell you there is a sincere desire from our governor, who grew up skiing in Colorado, to creating conditions for a successful ski season. There's also a growing awareness from our backcountry operators and from Colorado Search and Rescue that the same forces that impelled so many to seek our wide-open outdoor spaces in the summer will be inspiring them to seek adventure in the backcountry this winter. So we're hard at work right now with state, federal, and outdoor recreation partners to launch a unified backcountry safety awareness campaign to address another important safety concern this winter. As I said earlier, this is a winter like none ever before, and the CTO will be fielding a winter campaign like none ever before. But as you'll see, the intention behind our campaign will be crystal clear: to drive our state's economic recovery and keep our ski resorts operating all the way to July in Summit County, we hope. Thank you for inviting me to join me for this kickoff event in the ski state of Summit County. And now I'm sure you're all looking forward to hearing from the COOs about how you can make the most of this winter season.
Good morning, everyone. First, I would like to thank the Summit Chamber for organizing and hosting such a wonderful event during these challenging times. My name is Nick Brinkman, and I'm the market president of First Bank here in Summit County. With the weather finally turning, fall is in full swing, and we're all very excited to see what this winter has to offer. 2020 has certainly been a challenging year for everyone, as we've had to continually navigate a health crisis while diligently working to keep both our communities and guests safe and healthy. Despite these challenges, though, we're all ready to hit the slopes this year at our favorite mountains and experience everything that Summit County has to offer during the winter season. At First Bank, we believe that the health and well-being of our local community is what makes this such a special place to live. Knowing how important the winter is to our small businesses, we're proud to sponsor the auction at this year's COO Breakfast. The proceeds of the auction will allow the Summit Chamber of Commerce to continue their important work in leading, supporting, and uniting our local business community as it continues to recover, rebuild, and even thrive during this pivotal time. We also want to thank everyone who will participate in this year's auction. Without your continued support, this would not be an impactful event. And speaking of the auction, here are some pointers to help you make those decisions and purchase the items that you've been eyeing all week. It can be a lot easier if you use two devices. Watch the broadcast here and use your phone or tablet to bid. That way you won't miss anything while trying to navigate to the auction page. And be sure to check out the entire catalog one last time, because the team has been hard at work adding new items nearly every single day. For the adventurous at heart, there are opportunities to ski with the COO, throw axes, or even ice fish. And for those who could use something a little more relaxing, there are spa packages, mini vacations, yoga and Pilates classes, and of course the ever popular season passes from our amazing ski areas. And you can certainly feel good about buying yourself something nice, because I mentioned before, all of the funds raised will go directly to supporting the Summit Chamber in their efforts to support, educate, and advocate on behalf of our local businesses. So happy bidding from all of us here at First Bank.
Hi, I'm Lee Boyle, CEO for St. Anthony Summit Medical Center, and we are thrilled again this year to be the title sponsor for the Centura Health COO Breakfast. We are so excited to be kicking off the ski season and are so proud to be able to continue our mission in the community, from our hospital to our Centura Health primary care clinics to our ski clinics at the base of Breck, Keystone, and Copper. We are so proud and excited about our partnerships with the resorts and to continue providing world-class care to world-class resorts. We know things look a lot different this year. We're going to be talking about COVID, which has dominated our lives for the past 7 months, and hopefully be able to provide some really practical insight to mountain operations, to our resorts, and learn from one of the best in the county, our infection preventionist, Aaron Parmet, will be really sharing what's going on in the county with all things related to COVID. Excited to help with this year's event, and so excited to see you guys out on the slopes. I'm here with Aaron Parmet, our St. Anthony Summit Medical Center infection preventionist, and Aaron, just glad to be chatting with you about this. And you have been from day one our resident expert in health and safety and all things related to COVID. One of the things I know I am most proud of here at Summit is the fact that we have had 0 workplace-related COVID infections going on 7 months now since our first positive case in all of Colorado took place here. So thanks, Aaron, for spending some time. Aaron, what are you seeing right now in the community in terms of COVID-19 infection rate and spread?
Well, Summit County is a unique community, as you well know. I love this community, and unfortunately in the last couple weeks, we've actually seen an uptick in our local cases. But the good news is we still have the time and ability to keep that under control as a community, and we can help as a healthcare system because we all want to have a happy, healthy community and a great ski season.
Awesome. Thanks, Aaron. Centura Health, we've led the community COVID-19 testing efforts, and we're going to continue to do so. And as we prepare for another busy tourism season, what takeaways are there from the uptick of visitors, people coming to the county, and what we've experienced this summer and fall, and what can you share insight into the season?
Well, you're so right. We do a great deal to help the community. We are the leaders in community testing. I checked this morning, over 7,000 tests that Centura has collected in Summit County, 7,000 COVID tests. And that's a great deal of effort to support our community and our public health partners. We've certainly seen a lot of visitors this summer. In certain ways, we've been busier than usual. But the good news is that's what we need as a community. And if we do things safely and we follow proper precautions, we can have these visitors and have the great effects that they bring with us without the negative effects.
Mm-hmm. Great. Keeping our community healthy and our schools, businesses, and resorts open is important to everyone in Summit County. What can each of us do as residents and community members that's going to give us the best chances for success this winter?
That's an excellent question. I think by now, you know, and all of you know, that we have to take proper precautions. 6 feet of distance, wear a mask. Minimize your exposure. If you're sick, stay home, get tested, and get a flu shot. And I think that this is a message that most of us have taken to heart, but we all have to be honest with ourselves. Here we are 7 months in, and all of this caution can fatigue us. And we start out with the best of intentions, and we just have to find ways to motivate ourselves to continue the good efforts that we have had that have kept our infections low overall. And remember that those who we spend the most time around are those who we're most likely to get infections from. When you look at the information from our public health partners, we see that visitors tend to cause infections with other visitors, and locals, we see infections within the workplace and within our groups of friends. So we have to maximize our protection, and we have to be kind to each other. This is a stressful thing to go through for all of us. So always remember, if you're trying to help people protect themselves and protect you, use the lightest possible touch. Kindly remind them, gently remind them, oh, hey, don't forget your mask. Oh, hey, I would just love a little bit of distance. Use those kind words, and people will react kindly to you in these stressful situations. And then we get to go ski, which is what I like to do.
Very well said, Aaron. Very good. You've done an incredible job supporting us in the community and our wonderful community partners in the county and public health. So thank you, Aaron.
Thank you, Lee.
Thank you so much again for allowing us to be this year's title sponsor of the Centura Health COO Breakfast. Thank you, Aaron, for all of your words and wisdom and how to keep us safe on the slopes. And we hope to see you out there skiing really soon. Thank you and take care.
I'm Alan Hensroth, Chief Operating Officer at Arapahoe Basin, and welcome to the 2020 COO Breakfast. You know, it's been a tumultuous last few years up here at Arapahoe Basin, and last season, despite a little bit of a bumpy start, we were having a great year. January, February, March, everything was just rolling right along, right where we wanted to be. And then March 14th happened, which was really tough on us. This brought a lot of pain to our business, a lot of pain to our employees. Despite the challenges, we ended up having a pretty good summer. We reopened for skiing for a couple weeks, our business operations went really well, and we had a great capital season building a couple chairlifts. The biggest news of the summer was opening our aerial adventure park, which is a great way to spend a couple hours with family and friends, climbing around in the woods, entertaining yourself, challenging yourself, really having fun. And as I say this, if you're picturing that outward bound ropes course you took 25 years ago, this is nothing like that. It is so cool. You climb around on all these great wood and rope features, and I highly, highly recommend it. It's been terrific. You know, the Sixth Alley did very well, the barbecue at Black Mountain Lodge did well, Arapahoe Sports did well. We carried on with our yoga and virtual trail runs and virtual disc golf tournaments. Overall, a very good summer. Hey, we're expecting summer 2021 to be even better. We're gonna open our Via Ferrata. This is a new and incredibly exciting experience. Gives people a chance to get out high, out on the rock on the east wall. They're gonna climb on rungs, climb on rock. There's a safety cable the whole way. It's a hoot. It's so much fun. It's not for the faint of heart. It's very challenging. You gotta be pretty darn fit to do it. You gotta not have a real fear of heights. But for the people that like this, it is absolutely incredible. The 2021 ski season is right around the corner. But first and foremost for all of us needs to be COVID safety. We need to wear our face coverings. We need to keep our physical distancing. The best way for us to have a great season is to keep COVID at bay. And the way to do that is wearing your face covering, keep your distance. So we've been in the dark ages about a few things at Arapahoe Basin, but finally we have RFID gates. So you're gonna be able to get your season pass or your lift ticket, put it in your pocket, go through that gate, hop right on the lift. What a beautiful, easy, simple experience. We also have 2 brand new lifts to share with you this season. Molly Hogan is being upgraded to a quad chair. It's gonna be much better for teaching, much better for people learning how to ski. An instructor can ride with 2 or 3 people instead of just 1. We've tweaked the grading a little bit to make it a little easier. We think this is gonna be a great boost for our learning skier, for our beginner experience. We've also upgraded Paul Vicini chairlift, and we took that old fixed grip double chairlift and we replaced it with a new fixed grip double chairlift. And you know, this was a really tough decision for us because there was a heck of a good argument to put in a much bigger detachable lift. There was also a great argument to keep with what works so well. The capacity of that lift is ideal for the terrain. And we thought it really fit with our culture, with our vibe, with who we are. So we made the decision to stick it with a double chair. You know, I know every Sunday I'm out skiing poly, riding with my wife, having a great day. We think this is something special and really unique at Arapahoe Basin, and we're gonna carry this on for a long time. We are gonna have to limit the number of skiers out on the hill. And that's mostly gonna impact our 20 or 30 busiest days of the season. We're gonna do this 3 ways. We're gonna limit the number of season passes and any day passes that we sell. Those pass holders are not gonna be restricted. We're not gonna be required to get reservations, but we are gonna limit the number of passes we sell. Regarding lift tickets, all our lift ticket sales is gonna be online and in advance. And we are gonna limit the number of lift tickets that are sold each day. And lastly, our Icon Pass holders are going to have to make reservations to ski each day. Some things are going to look different this year. We can't have as many people in the buildings as we're used to. Arapahoe Sports is going to be open. The rental shop's going to be open. The snow sports school. They're all going to be open. They're just going to operate a little bit differently with fewer people inside. Our food and beverage operations are going to be open also. Same story there. We can't have as many people eating inside. The bars themselves are going to be closed, but we are going to have the restaurants open if you'd like to dine there. If you're concerned that you might not want to go inside or there might not be room for you to go inside, a few of you ought to think about bringing your lunches and eating them in the car. Our real objective here is to keep people skiing. We want them to take advantages of the services as they can, but we really want to keep them out there skiing, having a great time. I know we're famous for some very social, raucous, après-ski type affairs, but those are going to be on hold for a while. This year it's going to be all about getting out there and going skiing. We have a very detailed and elaborate sustainability plan which centers on our primary goal of being carbon neutral by 2025. Currently, about 50% of our electricity comes from renewable sources, and last year we remodeled the bathrooms in the A-frame, installing low-flow fixtures, and reduced our water consumption in there by 60%. Sustainability and reaching our goals will be at the center of all of our decision making. 2020, the COVID year. Things are going to be different. We have to be careful. We have to wear our face coverings. We have to keep our physical distancing. Despite all that's going to be different, much is going to be the same. We're going to have those same wonderful, friendly employees that you like. The culture and the vibe of A Basin, fantastic. It's going to be the same. The skiing and riding, it's going to be what you know and love. We're adding RFID gates. We're adding a couple of chairlifts. A couple of years ago, we added the beavers in the steep gullies. This is going to be fantastic. I can't wait to get things rolling. It's going to be a great season.
Bart Davidson here for the Summit County Snow Report. It's Friday afternoon, nuking at the basin.
My dad had been sick. I was terrified. It felt like I was by myself.
Breathe.
That moment showed me the importance of the interaction between two people. That is what inspired me to get into healthcare.
Summit Orthopedics is dedicated to providing medical care for the people of Summit County, from orthopedic emergencies to consultations, surgeries, and follow-up care. Additionally, they provide a walk-in clinic during evening and Saturday hours.
Wanting the next newest thing is nothing new. Luckily, there's First Bank Bloom, the newest way to spend, save, earn. So whenever you pay for something awesome, you can save up for the next new awesome thing of tomorrow.
First Bank. Banking for good.
At Excel Energy, we're making the future of energy cleaner, less expensive, and safer. For you, for us, for everyone.
Our family started iFurnish to offer fashionable, affordable furniture to our customers in Summit County and beyond. Here at iFurnish, we invite you to shop our furniture that is durable, reliable, and beautiful. Our team of in-house interior designers are available to help you find the perfect piece or provide a full design consultation for your home. With full service delivery and our convenient location in Frisco, we look forward to serving your furniture needs.
Choosing which mountain has the best snow can feel overwhelming. With OpenSnow, deciding where to go is easy. Compare the latest forecasts, conditions, and cams for your favorite mountains in just a few seconds. Catch every powder day with handcrafted snow forecasts and ski conditions information.
Roll out the wagons, hoist the flags, prime your pass and set the scanner to fun. All systems are snow at Keystone, where kids become kings and queens of 3 majestic peaks, and kidults discover they can still play down the law. Unleash your inner kid and drop in the magic of the mountains. Fresh snow awaits, and the slopes are oh so happy to ski you. Keystone, today we play. Pack in the fun with an epic pass.
That's what I'm talking about.
Wait! Okay, now, from the beginning.
Good morning, Summit County. Thanks for joining us today at the annual COO Breakfast and for this very special edition of Summit's Epic News. I'm one of your hosts, Jody Churich, reporting from Keystone Resort.
And I'm John Bueller, reporting from Breckenridge Ski Resort. We're eagerly awaiting the upcoming ski and ride season as we approach opening day at Keystone on Friday, November 6th, and Breck on Friday, November 13th. But before we jump to what's ahead at our resorts, let's take a look back. Jody, take it away.
Well, it feels like a decade ago now after the year we've all had. Almost exactly 1 year ago today, I joined the Keystone Resort team as general manager. In the midst of an exciting race to open here in Summit County, snow guns were blasting, a chill was in the air, and the ski and ride season was fast approaching. Keystone had just finished installing a new state-of-the-art automated snowmaking system on our opening terrain, and we were off to the races. Excitement was high as we were primed for our earliest opening in more than 20 years, and to be the first resort open in North America when, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, in swooped a basin. Man, what a bummer that was. But congrats to Al and your team. Regardless of the outcome, we were proud to be open at Keystone on October 12th with a phenomenal early season terrain experience for our guests. And our new snowmaking system will continue to help us provide a premium early season ski and ride experience for future seasons to come.
About a month later, Breck opened for the winter season, debuting a completely new Peak 8 base area experience, an exciting new lodging property at the base of Peak 9, Gravity House. The season was off to an incredible start in Summit County. We were riding high and deep, as February brought historic snowfall and massive powder days. Then, in mid-March, things quickly came to a halt. COVID-19 turned everyone's world upside down, and we made the difficult and right decision to shut down operations at Breckenridge and Keystone. as well as all of our resorts across North America. It was a trying time for all of us in the community as we had to manage through numerous challenges and uncertainty and figure out the ways we could operate safely in the new COVID-19 environment. At Vail Resorts, one of our most important values is be safe. And this year, our unrivaled commitment to safety has taken on more importance than ever. Amid the pandemic, we successfully opened for summer operations at both Breck and Keystone with new protocols in place so that our guests and our community could get back to enjoying the mountains they love with a renewed emphasis on safety. Operating this summer provided us with invaluable learnings and insight to prepare for the winter season ahead. Now let's hear more about what's in store for this winter. Joni has more on that, so over to you.
In late August, we were stoked to announce our winter operating plans across Vail Resorts, including opening dates for Keystone and Breck. While this winter season may look different than the past, we couldn't be more excited to have a ski season ahead and to share the stoke with all of you this winter. As we head into this winter, our focus is on three things. Number one, the safety of our guests, employees, and communities. Number two, ensuring a successful season from start to finish. And number three, prioritizing our pass holders. We want to provide a consistent and predictable experience for our guests, and we want to ensure that we are proactive now so that we do not have to be reactive during the season. When you visit Keystone, Breck, or any of our Vail Resorts mountains, you are going to find the same approach and same safety protocols across the board. In addition, when it comes to safety, there are a few key components to our plan that are important to understand. We will require face coverings to access our mountains and in all parts of our operations, including in lift lines, while loading, unloading, and riding in lifts and gondolas. To allow for physical distancing, we will be managing access to our mountains through a reservation system that prioritizes our pass holders, and we will be limiting lift ticket sales. We're also reimagining the on-mountain experience, including chairlifts and gondolas, dining, and ski school to help keep our guests safe. John, can you tell our viewers more about some of the adjustments to this winter's experience?
I sure can, Jody. Let's talk more about one of the biggest topics on everyone's mind, our reservation system. While we think for the vast majority of days we'll be able to safely accommodate everyone who wants to ski or ride at our resorts, we're planning for all days and all contingencies, such as popular holidays and weekend powder days. We want our skiers and riders to have a peace of mind knowing that we're doing all we can to give them the space they need to have a safe and enjoyable experience. That is why we're requiring all guests to make a reservation before they arrive at our mountains and providing the best access to our loyal pass holders. Here's how. First, early season access will be reserved for pass holders only. Lift tickets will not be available for sale until December 8th. Pass holders will be able to make as many week of reservations as their pass type and availability allows throughout the season. To give pass holders the opportunity to lock in that holiday weekend or annual trip, we will also be providing them with exclusive early access to book up to 7 priority reservation days for the core season, which is December 8th through April 4th. As pass holders use their priority reservation days, they can book new ones, maintaining up to 7 days advanced at any time or however many days of access are remaining on their pass. Pass holders will be able to make reservations on epicpass.com, and the reservation system will open on November 4th for Keystone ahead of their opening day, and then November 6th for all other resorts. Plus, in addition to pass holders getting priority access, all Epic passes now include free Epic coverage and the new Epic Mountain Rewards. Epic coverage is designed to give our guests peace of mind for planning their winter and will provide refunds for certain resort closures, such as any due to COVID-19, as well as refunds for other eligible life events. Another exciting perk is our Mountain Rewards program. Pass holders receive a discount of 20% off many aspects of the ski and ride experience, from food and beverage and lodging to group ski and ride school lessons and equipment rentals. And now that you get 20% off your food on the mountain, Jody, can you tell us more about this year's on-mountain dining experience?
I'm getting hungry thinking about this one. We will be opening a majority of our restaurants on mountain, both quick serve and full service. Capacity will be managed indoors and seating will be spaced and transactions will be cashless. For our quick serve restaurants, we'll offer ready to go hot and cold options to accommodate as many people as possible. Our full service bars will be closed, but packaged beer and wine will be available at most locations. For when you're on the slopes, we'll be seating our chairlifts and gondolas with related parties together, or 2 single riders seated on opposite ends of our larger lifts and gondolas. We recognize riding a chairlift is an outdoor experience, but as with everything, we're being cautious to help keep guests safe. For our ski and ride school, we are excited to offer group, private, and season-long options at Keystone and Breck. All ski and ride school classes will have a maximum size of 6. Specifically, for 5 and 6-year-olds, the maximum class size will be 4. Because 3 and 4-year-olds often spend a good portion of their lesson indoors, we will offer this age group individual 1-hour private lessons. This age group is also welcome to join their family in a full or half-day private lesson. Your ski school reservation will automatically include your mountain reservation. We will also be offering and opening our owned and operated equipment rental locations this winter. We will be managing the number of people inside and setting them up to allow for physical distancing. All rental equipment will be fully disinfected between each guest use. We are also expanding our rental delivery service to provide enhanced options for guests to rent equipment outside of the store locations. Now, back to you, John.
Thanks, Jody. Let's take a quick break from our regularly scheduled winter programming to talk a little bit about Epic Promise. For those of you that may not be familiar, Epic Promise is Vail Resorts' corporate responsibility platform that focuses on 3 pillars: sustainability, community investment, and our employee foundation. Now more than ever, it's important to support our communities and the environment. So I want to share a few recent highlights and accomplishments within each of these pillars that we're really proud of at Vail Resorts and in Summit County. Let's start with sustainability. This July, our company celebrated a major step towards our 100% renewable energy goal as a new large-scale wind farm came online, enabled by Vail Resorts. Annually, we plan to purchase more than 300,000 megawatt hours of wind energy for Plum Creek Wind Farm project, which is enough energy to address more than 90% of Vail Resorts' current electricity use across our 34 North American resorts. Setting bold operational sustainability goals and finding innovative ways to reach them is a priority for us. Along with local efforts, virtual power purchase agreements are an important way for large companies to have a measurable impact on climate change. Reaching our commitment to zero energy goals will require a multi-pronged strategy, and bringing new renewable energy to the grid is a key way we'll get there. Additionally, we are committed to investing $25 million in innovative energy-saving projects in 3 key business areas: snowmaking systems, buildings, and lifts, all in support of our commitment to zero by 2030. Also, this just in, Vail Resorts has expanded its partnership with PepsiCo, and together we are partnering with recycling leader TerraCycle to create new picnic tables and Adirondack chairs made out of recycled snack and candy wrappers for guests to enjoy this winter at both Breck and Keystone. In addition, a train park feature will be developed at Breck, made partially out of recycled plastic and snack and candy wrapper material. Another component of Epic Promise is to support the health of our communities and some of our most pressing local issues through our grants program. Over the last year, we announced 49 Summit County nonprofits receiving a total of $3.3 million in grants focused on supporting youth programming and access the environment, social equity, and basic needs. Additionally, in response to COVID-19 and the closure of Keystone and Breck in mid-March, our resort took immediate action by donating any excess perishable food to our employees and several local community organizations. More than 8,500 pounds of perishable items were donated across Summit County. Our Epic Promise Employee Foundation supports our employees throughout the year with emergency relief and education grants. And when COVID-19 hit, we created a new grant to aid employees who were diagnosed or caring for someone with COVID-19, under quarantine or in need of travel assistance to return home. Since March, we have provided over $900,000 to more than 1,000 employees throughout our company. Now let's toss it back to you, Jody, to chat about some winter news at Keystone ahead of the season. Jody, I believe you have firsthand experience with some of these energy-saving projects there. Can you tell us more about that?
We sure do, John. As part of our efforts to invest in more energy-efficient technology, last summer at Keystone, we upgraded the snowmaking system on our opening terrain to be state-of-the-art and automated. This upgrade allows us to better manage our resources and make snow more productively in the early season. And as a bonus, it also allowed us to separate our night lights from our snowmaking. The new system is an impressive operation that can turn on and off during ideal temperature windows for snowmaking and therefore helps to create a higher quality early season snow surface. And this year, we're looking forward to getting back out on the snow with a great experience on November 6th. Speaking of our opening day, I know many of you may be wondering why we're not racing to open earlier this year. And for us, this year, it is about giving the resort a little more time to open with some more terrain and space for guests to spread out. Don't worry though, Al, we'll be coming for you again soon. It also gives us a little extra time to put our party hats on, since we are also celebrating Keystone's 50th birthday this season. While we're still determining exactly what this can and will look like in the COVID environment, we are excited to honor the milestone and highlight some of the resort's key people, places, and historical moments that have shaped our resorts over the last half a century. And don't fret, we're also excited to still offer night skiing operations this winter. We plan to run the River Run Gondola for night skiing this year, and the exact dates and times are all still being finalized. We will also be offering snow tubing and activities at our Nordic Center this winter, so keep an eye on KeystoneResort.com for the latest information as we get closer to the season. And uphill access will be permitted at both Keystone and Breck this winter outside of our operating hours, and will follow the same rules and guidelines as previous seasons. In addition, guests should plan to have a mask on hand at all times and follow physical distancing guidelines. Now, John, what's new over at Breck this year?
One of our biggest updates this winter is actually taking place off mountain in the South Gondola lot. Construction is underway on our new parking structure and will continue through this winter and next summer. Progress is moving along nicely, and you can see the structure beginning to come to life in town. This project is an exciting development and partnership between the ski area and the town of Breck to bring much needed new parking to the core of town. The new structure is expected to be complete in fall of 2021 and will provide approximately 400 incremental spaces and approximately 950 total spaces upon completion. During construction this winter, we will have additional spaces available in the airport road lot. And one more thing, since I know this group loves to hear about new bathrooms, I'm excited to share that the parking structure will also include brand new restroom facilities. That's right, new parking and new toilets are coming fall 2021. On mountain this winter at Breck, and really all of our resorts, it's all about getting back to the core of why most of us are here and doing what we love, skiing and riding. As a company, even amid all the adjustments to our operating plans and protocols, we've committed to preserving the guest experience as much as possible. And for us, that means, just like any other year, we still remain dedicated to opening as much terrain and as many lifts as possible as soon as conditions permit. In a time and a world where so much has changed so quickly, we are thrilled to be here talking to you this morning about the upcoming ski season. We know a lot has changed, and we're asking for a change in behavior from our guests with our new operating procedures and reservation system. But we truly believe this is the right thing for us to do this season to prioritize safety and to help ensure a successful season from start to finish. And having a successful season is what's best for all of us and our community. I know, for one, I can't wait to get back into Breck's High Alpine this year and enjoy those first turns in the Horseshoe Bowl, that first ride up the Imperial, and those magical powder days on Peak 6. One thing that remains unchanged at our resorts this year is the core experience and the variety of terrain you'll have to explore. That's a wrap for this morning's Summit Epic News update. And before we sign off here, we first want to share our sincere thanks and appreciation to the Summit County Chamber, our community partners, and the U.S. Forest Service, our friends at Copper, A Basin, and Loveland, and all of you for tuning in to hear the update on this winter season. I don't know about you, Jody, but I can't wait to see everyone on the slopes this winter. I'm going to get back to doing my snow dance.
I second that, John. While things might look a little different this winter, we are fortunate to be able to enjoy the great outdoors here in Summit County, and there is a lot to be excited about this winter. Grab your masks and your helmet and tune up those skis and boards, and let's get ready to hit the slopes. It's all kicks off on Friday, November 6th at Keystone. We hope to see you there.
In Colorado, we come prepared to weather any storm. When things get hard, we face them, dig in, and rise above. That's why Alpine Bank is proud to call Colorado home. You are Colorado, so are we.
Hi there, I'm TVA Station Manager Scott Copperthwaite, and we're excited and proud to be part of this year's Centura COO Breakfast. Huge event learning all about Colorado, the ski industry, and much, much more. And at TVA Summit, our job is to bring you the best of Summit County. We have the best pricing and packages we've ever had in our history. Hit us up, our email right here at the bottom of the screen, info@tva8summit.com. Proud to be part of the COO Breakfast.
Our Summit Realtor thought of everything to keep us informed. We were able to make a solid purchasing decision based off of their recommendations and knowledge.
Stress of buying a home can be so overwhelming. I'm so glad we used a Summit Realtor to take that burden off our shoulders.
Finding the deepest snow at the right time requires data, skill, and a bit of luck. We can't help with getting lucky, but we can provide everything else, including outlooks from multiple weather forecast models, hourly details, mountain cams, and the latest snow reports. Catch every powder day with OpenSnow.com.
Crystal 93, the only Summit County radio station reporting local news. Weather changes.
Dry conditions.
Road conditions.
Westbound traffic coming up to the mountain.
We're crystal clear in Summit County, playing the music you love. Your news and highway information station, Crystal 93.
At Excel Energy, we're catching the wind and harnessing the power of that big, bright, glowing orb in the sky. Because we're working to make sure the future is full of safer, cleaner, less expensive energy. Today.
Good morning, Summit County Chamber of Commerce and all the guests attending the COO Breakfast this morning. My name is Rob Goodell. I'm the General Manager here at Loveland Ski Area, and we're honored to be participating again this year. Let's take a look back at what last season looked like.
Ski Area officially opened for the season. Oh, it was a great scene. Die-hard skiers and boarders lined up this morning to catch the first chair.
Snow staying. Starting this weekend, 3 buses will make weekend round trips from downtown Denver to 3 ski areas: A Basin, Loveland, and Steamboat.
And then Arapahoe Basin, the bus driver took a wrong turn and was going to go up over Loveland Pass.
Loveland Pass was closed today.
Loveland said today it will be replacing Lift 6 after getting the approval from the Forest Service.
Well, if you can get there, the snow conditions are their very best at the ski resorts. Loveland got 2 feet within the last 48 hours.
The newest member of the Loveland Ski Area Ski Patrol. It's Bandit, and we're all in love. He's a 5-month-old border collie being trained as a rescue dog. Look at him go. Look at him go.
Conditions in the mountains still very good. Look at Santa skiing up there a little earlier this week. Loveland Ski Area conditions are still very good. It's beautiful up there.
Up at Loveland Ski Area, too. Take a look at this. The area holding its 29th annual Mountaintop Matrimony. 80 couples in all took a ride to the top of the mountain and took part in a special ceremony there before skiing and boarding their way down to the bottom, where a special reception was waiting. Pretty cool, and congratulations.
All right, time now for your front lines to get you out the door this morning. Some news, girls only. No boys allowed at this junior ski patrol safety camp at the Loveland Resort in Colorado. 27 young ladies learning mountain safety, avalanche recovery, and first aid. They're instructors, women who are professionals with the local ski patrol community.
Loveland Ski Area giving the gift of life. Nearly 70 people showed up for the ski area's 3rd annual community blood drive to support Vitalent. Everybody there got a free lift ticket.
This announcement comes after Loveland Ski Area said it will close for the rest of the season, too. Governor Polis ordered all ski resorts to close at least for a week.
We've never seen an empty ski area in Colorado in mid-March. This is Loveland, obviously, and they are closed.
Most of us are practicing social distancing or working from home lately, but we all need time to decompress and shake off that cabin fever. One way to do that is get out into nature, and the mayor of Georgetown, Colorado, not the guy, the dog. That's the dog from Loveland Ski Area there, enjoying the snow. Humans too, though.
What are you doing on toilet paper?
Is it ski season yet? Well, Loveland announced today a 130-day guaranteed ski pass. They're going to offer a prorated credit towards the 2022 season for any days lost on the mountain due to COVID closures. They'll give a full credit if the season doesn't go ahead as planned.
As you're well aware, we all have to wear masks now here at Loveland, and we have to wear them correctly. We've talked about this before. We're gonna have to make a change. Oh, it's gonna be a rough year.
I'm sorry, bud. Please get your tickets online.
No, 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 wrong way. No leaving personal items in the cafeteria this season.
You better order some more signs. Well, we've had a lot of fun putting this together on what to expect this season. Please help us spread the word for the expectations for everyone on what this season is going to look like. From all of us at Loveland, be safe, be smart, and let's all continue skiing and riding this year. And Tony Pastello, put some pants on.
Hello, I'm Dustin Lyman, President and General Manager for Copper Mountain Resort here in beautiful Summit County, Colorado. As you can see, the leaves are turning, but before we turn our attention towards winter, let's reflect on the wonderful summer we had. We were grateful to bring back a number of our activities this summer, including Woodward Summer Camp, where we had kids sliding on snow all summer long. We were also able to reopen the Woodward Barn, which will continue to have sessions through November 8th. Mountain biking was incredibly popular in the mountains this summer, and we were excited to open 2 new trails, an intermediate trail, Blue Oso, and a beginner trail, Fantastic, both on the west side of the mountain. We had a number of other socially distanced activities this summer, including the 10 Barrel Brew Pub, which included a mid-mountain hike and activities up on the hill. We opened up restaurants for patio dining, including Downhill Dukes and 10 Mile Tavern. We had our scenic chairs, our coaster, drive-in movie theaters, and a number of other village activities. Play Forever is our ongoing commitment to protecting the environment and enabling participation. It is a multifaceted approach to sustainability here at the resort and to supporting our greater Summit County community. At the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic, we turned our attention to helping support our local community. In June, we launched the Play It Forward Fund, and we were able to work with the Summit Foundation to identify the charities most in need of support, which included FERC, the Summit County Cares Clinic, also Lake County Community Fund, among others. We know the upcoming winter season may look a little different, but our commitment to a healthy planet remains steadfast. Together with Nokian Tires, we are planting a tree for every Copper Pass sold through the end of September. Trees are an incredibly important part of life on Earth, and planting trees will create benefits for people, nature, and wildlife for years to come as Copper continues to play forever. At Copper, we're focused on the core of what the mountain experience has to offer. The opportunity for guests and employees to pursue a challenge, celebrate the athlete inside of them, and embrace the chase.
We are Copper Mountain, and we're here for one reason. We call it the chase. It's the chase of a higher gear, of higher ground, of higher expectations. The chase of new paths, new adventures, new experiences. The chase for the next challenge, no matter where we start or how high we may climb. Because the truth is, our mountain is bigger than a mountain. It's a destination for those who realize there is no destination. A home for those looking for yet another beautiful run. A jumping off point for those who are just beginning their journeys. And a beacon for all who are called to pursue the best version of themselves. In snow or dirt, we play hard, push ourselves even harder, and let our tracks do the talking. From first chair to last run, back bowls to micro brews, we soak up everything our mountain has to offer. We will leave no slope unturned, no powder untouched, and no goal unaccomplished in our chase to make this mountain everything it can be. Because that chase, it's what we're here for. and why we never stop coming back for more. Copper Mountain. Embrace the chase.
This winter, we're leaning into the core of the Copper Mountain experience in a new way that celebrates our connection to the athlete's pursuit and excites the challenge within all of us. You'll notice our new look is a reflection of Copper's inherent identity, and we can't wait to show you more in the coming weeks.
We've got a number of new things here at the resort this upcoming winter, including a new 127-room hotel called Element 29 with easy access to Center Village. We're also opening a new restaurant, Sawmill Pizza and Tap House, also in Center Village.
We are also excited to bring back our signature 22-foot super pipe for practice and competition, as well as our full Woodward Mountain Park, which was a new addition last year. Freestyle skiers and riders are invited to check out Red's Backyard, our free hike-to jib park at the base of the mountain, and show off their creativity and style in Woodward Peace Park, built with pro snowboarder Danny Davis.
Last but not least, we're opening a new employee housing unit called Sky Chutes Landing with 22 apartment-style units right at the entrance of the resort.
This is the first phase of the project, and we look forward to bringing on more affordable housing options next year.
Our priority for the upcoming winter season is ensuring the safety for all those that visit Copper Mountain. With that in mind, we will be managing volume and allowing for social distancing and requiring masks.
We've decided to push back our opening date to Monday, November 30th in an effort to avoid large crowds and invite guests to spread out with more terrain and lifts available. Around the resort, we are doing a number of things to help protect the well-being of our guests, staff, and community. We are adopting a parking reservation system to better help us manage volume into the resort, expanding takeaway dining and resort-wide delivery service, requiring health screenings for all staff, and increasing technology to promote touchless transactions and so much more. We've been working closely with our local and state health authorities to create thorough and adaptable plans that are consistent with local regulations and industry best practices. And we will provide more details in the coming weeks on our website, coppercolorado.com. We are grateful for our loyal Copper Mountain pass holders who are excited to get back to doing what they love. And we recognized early on that it was important to provide peace of mind, which is why we introduced our pass holder promise for the upcoming 2021 ski season. Our pass holder promise includes vouchers for the early closure last season, as well as flexible payment options, full refunds for unused passes redeemed before December 10th, and in-season COVID-19 coverage if we encounter a prolonged or consecutive closure.
Snowmaking is already underway here at the resort in anticipation of hosting international, domestic, and youth development teams, including Olympic hopefuls for alpine race training, which begins before the end of October. Now we look forward to opening our resort on November 30th to the public and welcoming everybody back to Copper Mountain for another great season.
Locally owned, locally operated, serving Breckenridge, Copper, Keystone, and Summit County for over 15 years. Sky Run Vacation Rentals.
My dad had been sick. I was terrified. It felt like I was by myself.
Breathe.
That moment showed me the importance of the interaction between two people. That is what inspired me to get into healthcare.
Our Summit Realtor thought of everything to keep us informed. We were able to make a solid purchasing decision based off of their recommendations and knowledge.
Stress of buying a home can be so overwhelming. I'm so glad we used a Summit Realtor to take that burden off our shoulders.
Summit Orthopedics is dedicated to providing medical care for the people of Summit County, from orthopedic emergencies to consultations, surgeries, and follow-up care. Additionally, they provide a walk-in clinic during evening and Saturday hours.
Hi, I'm Dr. Aaron Black with Panorama Summit Orthopedics. I'm a sports medicine and trauma surgeon here, and I want to tell you a little bit about Panorama Summit Orthopedics. We've been in the community for just over 2 years now, and our goal here is to take care of the entire community, all members of it, and to provide the utmost, highest quality orthopedic care to this county and this community. Part of our work here consists of taking care of anything that comes into St. Anthony Summit Medical Center and continuing to take care of all members of this community. Before we cut away to the COO Roundtable, a little about our moderator, Ralph Garrison. Our returning guests will recognize him as a regular speaker, longtime friend of Summit County tourism, and destination travel industry veteran. But what they don't know is that as the COVID virus became a pandemic with related economic consequences, Garrison helped establish Insights Collective, a pandemic economic think tank helping the destination resort travel industry makers as they navigate this new reality. And now, the COO Roundtable, proudly presented by Panorama Summit Orthopedics.
Let's take just a moment to look back at the summer season. Tell us what has happened in your resort, and tell us a little bit about what learnings were that might have some equity going forward. I would suggest that we play the equivalent of ready golf. Anybody who's got something to say, kick it up. If you want to be recognized, there's a lot of ways to do so. Off we go.
I'd be happy to start to speak to summer. I mean, it was really outstanding. People came out and really wanted to get in the outdoors, and it was really great to be the first ones open this summer within the Vail Resorts enterprise, and we were ready. We had our signage and our mask policy and our distancing, and really felt ready for guests to return to the mountains and start to soak it back up again. So it was really nice to welcome people back into the mountains.
Others?
You know, we had a surprisingly very good summer. You know, this was going to be the first year that we started with 7-day-a-week commercial summer operations. Due to COVID, we scaled that back to 4 days a week. We opened our aerial adventure park in late July, and we had our 6th Alley Open, Arapahoe Sports, chairlift rides, disc golf, hiking, biking. But we were surprised. I mean, the aerial adventure park was twice as busy as I was expecting, and a lot of people regularly came up to the 6th Alley. And we were really happy with the way summer went. You know, the other piece for us was we finished our Via Ferrata this summer in September, actually. And so we're really looking forward to next summer. I hope COVID restrictions are gone, and you know, our places can do even that much better. And we'll have the Via Ferrata on top of that.
Wow, what a change from you know, March 14th on. And I think what I appreciate is how methodical we were in coming back, how we all worked with our local government and public health to create safe summer operating plans. And you know, I think making sure that we put safety first this summer was the most critical aspect, because it's given us learnings going into this winter that were invaluable. So I think, you know, the fact that people wanted to come to the mountains and they flooded into the mountains was fantastic, but we did it in such a different way that ensured their safety. And I think what's also great is how safe I believe our employees felt with all of the protocols that we have put in place to make them feel good about delivering a great guest experience.
Questions that I get are largely around the relative comfort that people feel about being outdoors, and then how that plays when we come into the winter season. Let's talk a little bit about that.
Well, this season is going to look different, right? People are going to behave differently, especially when they come to our resorts, and they're, the expectation is at Keystone and Breckenridge is that we have a new reservation system in place. So there will be some planning when you come to visit this winter.
We had a 12-day trial run back starting at the end of May. And frankly, I'm so happy we did that. It was not easy. It was not harder to get to the point of reopening, I should say. I thought we'd be open by May 1st. It took us all the way till May 27th. But we learned a lot. And, the people that got skiing, they loved it. They had a fantastic time. They were really respectful and appreciative that we got open. We weren't able to have everybody skiing that wanted to come skiing, and that was very frustrating for those folks. And I think we learned that we're going to have to reduce the number of people that visit the basin this year. And that's really going to end up being 20 or 30 days that we really got to manage to that are going to be challenging. But, we're going to try and eliminate as many of the obstacles as getting people here as we can. While at the same time, once they're here, things are going to look really different in some ways. The skiing might be the best it's ever been because of what we're doing. But some of the other stuff people are used to, hanging around the lodge, loitering around the lodge, putting your boots on, waiting to meet your friends for an hour, all of that's going away. All access to all the buildings is going to be limited. And, we're going to carry on with all of our services, rentals, snow sports, retail, food and beverage, but we just can't have as many people inside. I hope we can feed a lot of people, but it's not going to be as much as we used to. And I think that's really where we need to make sure the expectations are clear for people. The skiing, I think they're going to love. I absolutely think they're going to love it. But the other part of it, for forever, we've been trying to get people to stick around and hang around and sit on the deck and buy a hamburger and get a beer and do all that great après stuff. And, we're going the totally different direction this year.
Seems like the on-mountain experience is the least of the problems. It almost lends itself, to a social distancing environment.
Skiing and riding lifts, there's hardly a better activity to do in COVID than skiing and riding lifts. So that's the other stuff we got to manage to and build realistic expectations for folks.
Any others have some insights or some offerings about what things will look like differently this coming winter season?
Well, Ralph, I would say, Copper also has a reservation system. We're going to have a parking reservation system because we are limiting peak capacity numbers, and it has a lot to do with the local community here and how much pressure we put on restaurants and services in the greater Summit County community. We do feel like at the resort and certainly on the mountain is a COVID safe situation. I mean, one of the things we did learn from summer is just how much people do need to get outside during this, whether it's partial or whatever kind of lockdown situation they are. We do know that being outside is inherently safer, and people that are skiing are wearing protective equipment already. So in some ways, we feel like we're running a public service by allowing people to get up on the hill and get outside through the winter, because it's going to be a challenge, I think, for people all over the country here as they're, staying inside and staying socially distant.
I think those are all really spot on comments. And I just think as a community, to keep this economy thriving, we all need to be respectful and really think about ensuring that everyone is wearing their masks, that we're all doing social distancing, that we're following the guidelines when it comes to our restaurants, in our facilities. We're going to do everything we can to manage it to the best of our abilities. But to Alan's point, it's not going to be, in the same vein that we've had in the past.
Do you perceive that your capacities are going to need to react to the overall community's COVID protocols? And will there be changes involved? The follow-up question is, how can the marketplace follow those changes and those shifts? How can we keep people communicated?
Well, I know at Keystone and throughout the Vail enterprise, we are entering the season with the reservation system, but as things change throughout the season, there may be adjustments to that. And so we will be pivoting as we get more information as the season moves forward. And, I think we're in a constant state of reimagine, but we are going into it prepared. It's much better to go into the season with a reservation system, and we can always make that pivot and pull it off down the road if need be. Our goal this year is to open and stay open.
I think our job and the community's job is to help the customers understand that we are recreating the guest expectation of what their recreation experience is going to be. And yes, we all know the pinch points around our resorts. We all know those peak days that need to be tempered. We are all investigating and planning on different tools to adjust accordingly and communicate with our guests, communicate with the local health authorities and the community, and react accordingly. But we as a group and community are very resilient, resourceful, and creative. And I think we're all working well together to ensure, as Jody mentioned, we're in this to get open and stay open and keep people on the mountain this season.
If I were one of you mountain operators, I would feel dependent, upon pandemic management in the local county, even before I got open and could contribute myself. Messages to the listeners: we have a critical mass of folks. If they all pulled together, maybe we could do something remarkable.
Well, I think John started talking about this a few minutes ago, but the ski areas can do a lot, but there's only so much that the resorts are going to be able to do on their own. This absolutely is going to be all of us, older folks, younger folks, people that want to party and hang out. We absolutely are in this all together. I mean, we're not going to be able to just point at a couple people, the kind of event where several people get sick and even more people get quarantined and a big segment gets shut down. That can literally happen anywhere. And we have to be good in all of our organizations from top to bottom, leading by example from top to bottom, all the way through. We got to be wearing our face masks, face coverings. We got to keep people separated. But this is not going to fall on the shoulders of a few people. I think 30-some thousand people live in Summit County these days. Every one of us is going to be part of this if it's going to be successful.
I think what I really appreciate is our county, our towns, and how they've been out in front of this in support of masks and social distancing, curfews, everything that they've done to try and really get the community to understand that it's, to everyone's point here, it's the collective of all that's going to make the difference. So yeah, really, really happy with the way that our community has come together to this point. And we're going to need to continue as more and more people come in this winter to make sure that every single business and every single person in this community follows along with the health guidelines.
There is one question that was asked of someone that I haven't gotten around to. Of the 5 mountain COOs, who would win a downhill ski or snowboard race?
I've got an answer for that. I haven't skied with Jody yet. I look forward to skiing with Jody, so I can't speak directly. I suspect that John is the best skier of us all. He's an incredible skier. But I have to say, I've watched some video from Dustin's other career. And if we were going to have a race, I would be absolutely certain that Dustin was downhill from me, in sight at all times, and moving in the other direction.
Sounds like
fun. I have to agree with you on that. John, behind me are my 223 downhills from the 1980s. I just thought I'd bring them back out for today. But every one of these leaders are fantastic skiers, so I don't know who would win. But I agree with Alan that I would definitely have Dustin on the inside.
I don't know. I come from some pretty vertically inclined mountains. Park City Mountain was my last stop, and now at Keystone with quite a bit of vertical. I'll take Dustin on. I know he came from Mrs. Field's Cookies, so I'll take the cookie guy on.
And see, I envisioned it as a skier cross downhill where Dustin would take out some of us as he would a blitzing linebacker. And I see Jody sneaking in over the line.
John, I did notice just behind your right ear a couple of sticks that look even longer than the ones that I usually ski on. But when were you last on those boards?
It's been since, I think, 92.
So you're smarter than I would give you credit for. Turn those guys days. Ladies and gentlemen, we've done our best, I think, to have a good conversation for the audience in the Summit County Chamber. It was great to be able to join you in this process. And I'll just leave the floor open for some closing comments for those of you who want to leave our audience with some thoughts about, maybe the one thing that they should keep in mind going forward, or whatever else you've got to offer. Final comments?
There's this little election coming up, and everybody's got to get out there and vote. Please vote, vote, vote. Get out there and vote. There's some big stuff in the state, big stuff locally. There's a great initiative, 1A in Summit County, that'll help us keep some great county services, fire mitigation, mental health services that we voted for in past years. So make sure you understand these initiatives, and please, please vote.
Yeah, and I would just add to that is it's going to take all of us to open and stay open. So let's stay vigilant and compliant with our mask wearing and distancing.
I would say let's all be safe, be smart. Let's all keep skiing and riding for the entire season.
So cheers to you all and to a great season. We are adjourned.
Thanks, Ralph. As always, a great job, both with the roundtable and the work you and the team at Insights Collective are doing to help the tourism industry understand and adapt to the changes that COVID has brought to our community. To our ski area partners, Arapahoe Basin, Breckenridge, Copper Mountain, Keystone, and Loveland, thank you. This year, more than ever, people need outdoor recreation, and we applaud your efforts to deliver this mentally and physically healthy outlet to the public while seeking to protect both guests and our local population to the best of your ability. It isn't an easy road to navigate, and your efforts are appreciated. I'd also like to thank our sponsors, Centura Health, Panorama Summit Orthopedics, First Bank, Excel Energy, Summit Realtors, Skyrun Breckenridge, iFurnish, and the many, many more you see on your screen below. Please take note of these businesses. They are the reason we can bring you this event and do much of the work that supports our entire community. To our COO Breakfast Planning Committee, great job this year finding ways to make this beloved event better than ever at a time when planning any event is difficult, to say the least. Based on the response that we have had to the virtual format this year, we will definitely do a hybrid event next year and look forward to seeing you then. Lastly, thank you to our viewers. We hope we set your stoke level high and that we see you on our mountains this winter.